What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of The Handmaid's Tale. This is Season 1, Episode 4. Let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. Nolite Bastardes Carborundorum. It's Latin. I probably tripped over that, but it don't matter. So we're rolling through Season 1. We're going to try to wrap this up before Season 5 or Season 6. The final season begins on April 8th. I just want to take you guys all the way back to the beginning so we can see where we started, how we got to where we are, and then we're going to roll into the new season beginning April 8th with the final season of the series. Welcome. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, so that way I can be put in the YouTube algorithm so your friends and family can find my videos too. So we picked up from last week after June had told Serena Joy that she was not pregnant, and Serena Joy sentenced her to her room. She's been in this room now for 13 days. Serena has locked the door or locked the windows. There's shutters that didn't exist before, and June can't open them up to see out. But she mentioned to us that her bedroom door is unlocked. It don't even close all the way. And to her, that symbolizes the fact that she has no control. The door is unlocked. She is even open, and she refuses to leave out that room out of fear. She's trapped. Okay? She's not going to dare cross that threshold. Like I say, a constant reminder that she's not the one that's in control. But she couldn't get out of her head, okay, because she continuously thought about her daughter, and she told herself that she's going to lose herself in this mad world if she doesn't do something, if she doesn't snap out of this. She does not want to get lost in her own memories. So she decided she's going to explore the room. The only other thing in the room is the closet. So she headed in there. She laid down on that cold wood floor. It was creaking as she slowly stepped across it. She found a spot to lie down, and when she did, she saw somebody had been there before. There was evidence of words etched into the base of the walls. Words, other than what she's seen on the Scrabble board, were the first words that she's seen in years. Because remember, she's been in this situation for years at this point. And she doesn't have the privy of seeing words because that's forbidden in this time. It's even forbidden to write words. And somebody dared etch out, words onto this wall. And that was the phrase of the title. Again, I can't pronounce it. I ain't gonna try again too many more times. So like I said, she thought it was Latin, and that the other friend that was there before her must have written in there, scribed it into this wall, a message perhaps for her. So she thinks back to the early days of the Red Center where her and Moira was there, and Moira was in the bathroom, etching words into the wall as well. Aunt Lydia sucks. She called her Aunt Chlamydia. I love it. Aunt Lydia sucks, right? If they catch her, she could lose a freaking hand. They will take her whole hand off. June tries to tell her that etching those words to the wall is not worth it. But Moira said, yes, it is. It's worth it, because once they leave out of there, if somebody else comes in behind them, another girl who's lost hope, who's afraid for her life, who thinks that there's no way out, they will come in there and they can read it, and it can let them know that they are not alone either. June thought that whoever did this was brave. So she thanked them, She thanked the spirits of whoever was in that room before her, that they was able to etch those words to let her know that she was not alone in her situation. Now, last time Fred had told June that he was going off on a business trip for a week, and he's back from his week-long trip, right? He's in the house sitting on the laptop doing some work, and Serena Joy comes in and assumes that what he's working on has to do with whatever this UN embargo that has been placed against them. And Fred tells them that no, an aunt escaped. And I was like, I don't know why I didn't pick up on that before, okay? So there were aunts who were there against them, and my mind couldn't wrap around the idea that people like the aunts, people like the eyes, could be against this society because they are working with them. And that's probably why I'm so hard on Nick too. I felt like these people made choices to actually be with them, and in a sense they did actually make a choice. Their alternative was probably death, probably enslavement, because resistance is futile, It is indeed the message that the Gilead people want to send. Anywho, the aunt, she apparently crossed the border over into Canada, and she was already giving interviews to the Canadian press. And Fred goes on to say, it's all lies and hyperbole. They putting everything that we doing bad on 10. And I'm like, damn well that whatever she said is the truth. The truth just hurts, Fred. The truth just hurts. That's all it means, right? So Serena Joy tells him, y'all need to get out in front of this story, okay? Y'all need to discredit her before she does any more damage. But Fred tell her, look, we don't need a woman's perspective. We, us men, we got this. We got this. Now, those were my words, not his. But this is indirectly, that's exactly what he was saying, right? So Rita comes in to bring June her food, and she sees her on the floor of the closet. Rita immediately thinks that the child is dead, honey. That she is dead. Like, what the hell are you doing in that closet? You scared the shit out of me. Well, she lied and said, she just got a little lightheaded and she may have passed out. And Serena Joy's like, no, she fine. She fine. June gaslit the shit out of Rita, manipulated her into thinking that she may need medical care. So Rita did express to Serena Joy the same thing. I think she need to go to the doctor. The ceremony is tonight. Y'all want to make sure that she right for the ceremony, okay? So first Serena Joy was reluctant, but she was like, fine, send her ass to the doctor. Well, her little manipulation worked. She gets to go to the doctor. It's raining cats and dogs outside. And she is so looking forward to being outside, to letting the rain touch her skin, to let the sunlight bounce off her cheeks. You know what I'm saying? To breathe in the fresh air. She has a whole hour. It's going to take her that long to get there and get back. Okay? 1 whole hour out of the imprisonment of the walls. And so she's going to enjoy this long walk in the rain to the doctor. Serena Joy came out in the room to all that shit. She said, no fresh air for you, Missy. The car is ready. Get in the car. Okay. She's like, no, ma'am. I can walk. I can walk. Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no. Don't be stupid, little girl. You sick, remember? Remember? You know how your kids, if you got children, be playing like they sick and they don't want to go to school, and then as soon as you say, okay, you can stay home, then they be like, okay, I can go do this. I can sit up in front of the TV. No, ma'am, you sick. Get your ass in the bed. Okay? Drink this soup and crackers. That's all you get for the day. You sick, remember? No TV. You need to lie down and rest. Okay? Lie down and rest. That's basically what Serena Joy was giving her. Like, no, you sick. You sick. Let's get in the vehicle. So now she got into the back. Nick was driving, and Serena opened the door, and Nick looked at her like, what the fuck? She about to ride too? And he panicked a little. All she did, though, was close up the divider that was in between Nick and June so they wouldn't communicate with each other, and went back inside. Like that was going to stop them. But again, just like June was so scared to go out of a door that's not even locked, Nick and June may have been just as scared to put that divider down as if somebody would know. That's how terrified they have been in their lives. That's how much PTSD and trauma that they have, that nobody else is around them, and they are scared to break that barrier between them. Well, back at the Red Center, the ladies are paired up, about to go practice for when they go to their new homes, child. None of them have been sent out yet. And Helen is like, what the heck are we doing? Are we practicing childbirth? No, honey. You are practicing how to lie down and take being violated. That's what you're practicing. Lydia says, you will be bonded with the wives as one seedling, a flower that shall bloom. And Jelene like, ooh, child, I'm a flower. Call me a flower. She just sounded like Rose and say, I'm a bird. No, she's a flower. Okay. And Moira said, if you don't lie your flowering ass down, lay back down. Lay back down. Then Moira thought about it. She's like, wait a minute. Lydia instructed them to hold their wrist. And she said, you mean to tell me that their husbands are going to screw us while they hold us down? Okay. Exactly, girl. That's what's about to happen. That's about to happen. And they're going to screw with the interpretations in the Bible to justify it. That's what they're going to do. So Lydia goes on to tell her this. No, Rachel in the Bible gifted her servant to her husband Jacob in order to bear children, right? And became his concubine. But I don't believe Rachel held her down and participated each month. Bela, who's the maid servant, was actually considered to be one of Jacob's wives. Read the whole text, honey. Jacob had already had children too. It wasn't like that, he couldn't have children. He was fruitful and multiplying because he had another wife, which was Leah. Okay? And then the scripture reads that she will give birth upon her knees, not be raped upon her knees. That's what she said. Moira was assuming that they was going to be turkey basted. I got a friend, a former friend, who claimed she did the turkey basted situation and had a baby with it. And this is a time for another story. One day I'm going to give you another story time. And, but she figured that she was going to be turkey basted with the sinful semen. But no, child. They're going to be holding y'all down, keeping y'all, locking y'all in place so y'all can become one. So June, she make it down to the doctors, and she's sitting across from a very, very pregnant handmaid under photos of other handmaids who had already had babies before them. I didn't notice if one of those pictures was Janine or not. So she apparently told the doctor, or told Serena Joy, that she fainted. So Serena Joy sent her to OB because that's all she worried about is her being able to have babies. And he talking about his ripe tomatoes, while he basically trying to figure out how ripe she is. Put his fingers into her garden, and at the same time encourage her to tell him what's really going on in that household. And first I was like, don't do it, girl. Then I was like, if I wanted to be based off of stereotypes, he has the dialect of somebody who may have participated in Pride Day back in the day. So he let her know that she is ripe for harvesting, and it probably don't even matter though, because most of the men in that society are sterile. Now, when he said that, June was like, wait, sterile? That's a forbidden word to use. In this world, it's always a woman's fault that they can't bear children. Men are not sterile. Either a woman can or can't give birth. That's one of the two. He then crossed over to lock the door and says, look, girl, I can help you. June freaked out. She panicked. And I had forgot about this episode, right? Because at first I was thinking he was talking about helping her escape, but no, that wasn't it. He slid himself in between her thighs and said, I may be your only hope. Now, of course, she's already enslaved. She's already in captivity. She's already got one man coming between her thighs and raping her. So she's freaking out. But he is actually offering her a way to get pregnant. Okay? He's like, I may be your only hope. As disgusting as it sounds, disgusting as you can visualize, he may be her only hope, because if she does not get pregnant, they are going to blame her. They won't blame Fred. And he then came and asked her permission. And she said, and I was like, yeah, he wanted the Pride team. He wanted the Pride team, but he let her know, look, girl, it ain't gonna take that long. I ain't even into you like that. That's basically what he's saying. Okay, trust me. So I was at this particular scene. Y'all know how I hate for them to focus on June's face and to zoom in, but they focused on Elizabeth Moss's eyes in this moment, and my God, her eyes are so fucking pretty. They like seafoam green with splashes of turquoise to them. Her eyes are gorgeous. I don't know, so maybe somewhere later on in the seasons when they start doing those close-up shots of her face, the light that was in her eyes in these early seasons was gone. Or maybe it was just because I was feeling I didn't like her much, so I just looked at her as a dead soul. But her eyes are gorgeous in this moment. Okay, let me get back to the doggone recap and review. Okay, so she declined. She told him no, because it's gonna be too dangerous. And he didn't push back. He said okay, fine, and he just unlocked the door and let her leave. And I was like, I wonder how many babies on that wall is his. The pictures that we seen coming in, but how many of them babies is actually his? So on the way back home, she starts to think of Hannah again and has a breakdown. Not just a little breakdown. She has a full-on nervous breakdown. And this is my question though. Nick, you said to her the other day before that you should not have brought her back. You should have just kept driving. Why not this time? Why did that thought not cross your mind? You see this lady flipping out in the back of the car. It's ceremony night. Instead, he apologizes that this is happening to her and wishes her. And she stopped him. Wish me what, Nick? What do you wish? What is it that you wish for me? Nothing. Nothing but silence. Thought so. Okay. Inside, June comes up on Serena Joy and she's knitting. And she goes in begging her for forgiveness. She's got on her mind that she's going to be blamed for not having this baby. And the only way that she sees to get out of this room is try to manipulate Serena Joy into letting her out. So she begs for her forgiveness and begs to be released from the confines of her room. And Serena Joy is like, girl, I don't care about you unless you're pregnant. Get the hell on. So she sent her back to her room until the ceremony. Now June goes back into her closet and she begs the spirit of Fred that was there before her to help her. Please let her see the light. You know what I'm saying? So back at the Red Center, June says to Aunt Elizabeth, go into the bathroom there, where Moira hits her in the head on the toilet. She smashes her head on the damn toilet and bashes her, pulls her shank that she had been making out. Failed to mention it earlier. She had made a little shank. She pulled a shank out of her neck. They get her keys and they plan to escape. So June makes her strip by using her cattle prod. And Moira then changes clothes with her. June and Moira hope to walk out of there. Okay, they should have knocked out Elizabeth's ass out since they chose not to kill her. They didn't even bother to tape her mouth up or something like that. They shoved a rag in, but that's some shit you could spit out. You need to shove that shit deep in her fucking throat, right? Anywho, of course, she spit it out real quick and screamed at the top of her lungs, but Moira and June made it out of the center with ease. Now they just need to move unnoticed, but with haste, and make it out of the compound. And once they get out the compound, they need to make their way to the city. Okay, at the Waterfords, it's ceremony time, and Fred is already breaking protocol. He comes in to the ceremony room first. Okay, he's supposed to be the last one in, and he must knock before he even enter. But Fred came in to get buddy with June and get her to join him in Scrabble later on, so he can Scrabble her with JJ right now. Okay. Everybody came in and Serena Joy was like, look at her. Somebody bit early today, huh? Well, he was early, but he wasn't hard. Okay. He couldn't get it up, baby. He couldn't get it up at all. He walked out humiliated. I could never pronounce that word right. Humiliated. So Serena Joy tried to kickstart him. She followed him, tried to give him a little hand job, trying to kiss all up on him, touch his erogenous zones. And then she dropped to give him a blowjob. He was like, I don't want that. He couldn't get aroused. Serena Joy wasn't doing it for him. Now she feel humiliated that she can't even get her man excited. Okay. Luckily for June, she got to miss her ceremony tonight. Only tonight. But she knows it will be her fault. So she goes back into the safety of the closet and lays there again. June and Moira, they are walking along trying to get their bearings on where they are. All they need to do, like I said, is get to the city. Moira says that the collective has safe houses. This is the first time we ever heard of something of a resistance outside of what Glenn had said to her. And she has a name to it, to call them the collective. So the city for them has changed so much because, again, it's been years. There's no signage around for them to know exactly where they are. And it's funny that they was talking about the signage and they walked right underneath the sign. It was still one still there, okay? But there was armed guardians everywhere, okay? Tanks was rolling through the streets. Streaks of red robes stepped in unison along the walkways. And they come up on the wall where there's bodies and bodies of handmaids just hung there, swinging in the wind, just for them to see, right? There's flatbeds of dead bodies being rolled by men and women, young, old. And as they walk further and further into the square, they come across a burning pit where art is being burned. It reminds me of what's going on with our administration right now, what Trump is doing digitally to us, right? He's erasing history off the websites. He's erasing history from the archives and things like that. He's targeting specifically black people, anything that reminds him of homosexuality, like the word gay. He's stripping protections from children, revoking citizenships of people who already were citizens, who had rights already, who things that we have already fought so hard to achieve in this country. He's rolling all of that shit back. He doesn't want any history to be told that didn't start on January 20th, 2025. That's what I feel like I'm saying. And if you're unaware what I'm talking about, I got some videos on my channel, some clips I put on my channel, that he decided to remove the word gay from 26,000 websites. If you have gay in your name, if you use gay as the word happy, the Enola Gay plane it happened in World War II, that was involved in World War II. All that shit's wiped away. As far as black history, he's removing anybody or anything that has to do with DEI. So if you're black, you're damn sure DEI, right? Like Jackie Robinson, his information is going. The native whistleblowers that helped out in World War II, he's removing all that. They're all DEI. He's trying to erase our history from us, but it's going to be up to us as people, up to us as citizens, to keep those memories alive, right? Next, what they're going to be doing is burning books, okay? Because banning isn't enough. The destruction of art, they already started with jackhammering murals off the streets in Washington, D.C. I wouldn't be surprised if he uses this series, The Handmaid's Tale, as a template of all the wrong shit that he's doing, and continues to do. As our elected leaders, they sit back and they bend the knee to him. They kiss the ring, or better yet, they bend over to get fucked with no Vaseline, okay? While at the same time, simultaneously kissing his ass. Same time and simultaneously the same thing. Okay, yeah, that's what they doing. So Moira and June, they make it to the train station. I swear I forgot this episode. I remember Moira, her role in this episode, but I forgot the whole fullness of it, okay? So they make it to the train station. All the train signs are being chiseled away. So they don't know where they're at. They don't know what part of town they're in. I did notice Arlington on one of the walls that one of the guys was chiseling away. I don't know if they meant Arlington, Virginia or Arlington the street. Okay. So Moira decides that she's going to go to ask one of the guardians for directions because she's dressed as a aunt. So, he probably trusts her. She leaves June standing there alone by herself. When the guardian came and asked June, did she need some help? She should have said, my aunt told me to wait right here. That's what she should have said. But she said, no, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Then he starts to make conversation like, where's your partner? Because they're supposed to walk in tubes. Where are you posted? Where's your ID? I didn't know they had IDs. They have tags in their ears, I thought. Moira, for some reason, still talking to the other guy who already told her which train to go to. So I don't know why she was still over there talking to him. But of course, they start to panic. The train comes and June is now surrounded by a bunch of guardians. She gives Moira the look like, girl, go. Don't worry about me. And Moira hauls ass. Okay. Moira hauls ass as June is hauled away. So, but as she's sitting back in her closet now, she's saying to herself, what would Moira do? Moira wouldn't stand for this shit. Moira would fight back. So she wouldn't be sitting in that closet wasting away. She would be finding a way to get free. So she willed herself to get to her feet. She said, get up. Get a fucking backbone. Get your shit together, girl. Get free. And I thought it's ironic that these are the words that she kept saying. And her actions from now on until later on the season is all about her getting free. But it's all about her getting free. No one else. Okay. So she decided to join Fred in the office. She's going to try the manipulation on him. She already tried it on Serena Joy. It didn't work. She's going to try it on Fred now. So she going there to get friendly with the enemy. And at least she gets to be around books. Even if she's just looking at them, she's just to be around the books. Remember, she's an editor. So she spots a book in Latin grammar and realizes, oh, Fred may know what this means, right? That will surely help her interpret the phrase that's inside the closet. She wondered what fate befell the Fred that was there. How many times had Fred invited her into this office? And at what price did she have to pay for that insolence? So as far as her own insolence, she was back at the Red Center. They have strapped her to a table. Aunt Lydia stood in a beam of dusky light through a dirty ass window and smiled down on her. Smirked, more likely. And you could tell in her head she was thinking of the many ways she wanted to pay June back for her disobedience. Well, for Aunt Lydia, that wasn't going to be a problem. Okay? It was the fact that she was ungrateful to all that she has been blessed with that was Aunt Lydia's problem with June. Blessed be the poison ass fruit that June is. She's an adulterer. She's a worthless slut, okay? And the Lord still made a way for her to be redeemed. And where is the thanks? Why she ain't fucking thankful? June kept saying, I'm sorry. I let her say, you sorry, all right? You about the sorriest motherfucker that I know. Okay, that went I let it. That was Ike Turner to Tina Turner. But you know what I'm saying? Same thing. Same thing. All she wanted to hear from June was some fucking gratitude. But she told June, but the chicken's gonna come home to roost. Okay. And in walks Aunt Elizabeth. Okay. And she got this claw-like thing. And in the BDSM world, these things are called claw clamps. But hers is hella big because they usually pin size, okay? Hers was like, almost like an extension of her arm. And she beat her feet so hard that she couldn't walk. She was guaranteed not to run away anytime too soon, okay? So I don't know why June has this mindset sometimes that she could befriend these people, but I guess she thinks she's smarter than the 5th grader, right? So she asked Fred to translate what was on her closet wall. And he asked where the fuck she heard that from. She's like, no, she didn't say it. She just told him, he told her it didn't mean anything, no. It don't mean nothing, you know. She acting like she's Fred's friend in this moment. And Fred say it's just a joke, okay? So June want to know, what you mean a joke? Tell me the joke. I want to laugh too, right? How's it the joke? So he gets the Latin book to fully translate it, and he put the book in her hands, something that is totally illegal. So she feel like she breaking them down. In the front of the book, that phrase, Nolite, what is the third? I don't remember. You know, the phrase. Okay. It was written down a few times, scribbled in the front of the book. He, like I said, he claimed it really don't mean anything. It's just a joke. But it means don't let the bastards grind you down. And Fred's still like, where did you hear that though? Okay. June still claiming, a friend had told me. Fred already knew. Because again, the original Fred must have been there before. So he's like, so did you know her? June asked, what happened to her? You know, she ain't answering the question. She's like, what happened to her? She dead, ma. She dead. That's the joke. That is the joke that Fred is trying to tell you. She let the bastards wear her down. And according to Fred, she took her own life. Her life was unbearable, he says. So June said, you don't want mine to be unbearable, do you? Okay. Well, get me out of that damn room if you don't. Because Fred was like, no, I don't want your life to be unbearable. You know, so she didn't say, get me out of that damn room. But she implied, she was like, you know, I've been trapped in that room. And I know Serena Joy is trying to punish me. And I deserve it because I ain't shit. I'm not a good person. I'm saying, but don't you think it's been just a little bit too long, right? Just a little bit too long. She gaslit the fuck out of Fred. Gaslit him. And I think he knew it, but he liked the fact that she did it. Okay. Next thing we knew, she was back outside. We out here. Okay. She's back outside. And finally, she felt that she had a little control of her life. We go back to the Red Center, and other handmaids took care of her after she had got her feet whipped. They started bringing her food. Her little act of defiance brought them hope. Okay. Then she showed gratitude to the Fred that was there before her. She was like, she may be dead, but she found a way to help her live. That is the end of the episode, y'all. I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for coming here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We see you in the next video. Peace.